So probably 2 days.
I did my part.
Yeah, 2 days, 8 hours, and 31 minutes left.
I'm not a big mobile gamer,
Mm-mm.
so I did my part.
But I'm thank you for everyone who did any of the goals. I really do appreciate it. I know these type of
I
games are not for everyone.
I tried them all. I don't think I did them all, but I tried them all.
I appreciate it. I would say I did like the game. I'm gonna be honest. I did like it. Makes sense. Why is this not so? No.
Yeah, I haven't been checking in every day, so I can't do that goal. Sorry, honey.
It's okay. I'm just trying to fix something real quick. So don't mind me.
Don't mind me. I'ma just slide into them DMs, all casual like. What's
I
up, girl?
I'm just gonna have to do this for now. Then we put it in. Sorry guys, I just noticed the void pet like pop up thing wasn't really showing up, so I have to fix that real quick. Even though I don't technically still need to have it up, I still want to have it up just until it ends. Because it does let me know. Yeah?
Don't forget to start streaming it to the Discord.
I said it, I don't, I feel like that might make my computer angry.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry.
You're fine.
Look, listen, it's 420.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, it's 420.
I hit the button. I hit play. Do I remember what I was doing last time? Nope.
I think you had just left Cora's den, or you were just going to Cora's den. Walk into that building at the very end of this hallway
Oh,
and just try to talk to somebody over there. That way, yes.
no, I'm just trying to remember the souls real quick.
Oh, I didn't know if you were
To
going to
me!
use my directions or not, since I wasn't really given the best descriptions.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to remember the souls because it has been a while. And
It's
this
been a couple of months.
well, been since February, and I don't really remember all of the souls.
I'm sorry, honey. I don't think it shows you a controller layout.
No, it doesn't.
Try talking to that guy there, Harkin.
Spacebar? Yeah.
Not now. I'm watching the show.
Yeah, spacebar.
I see why this place is so popular. It's got quite the, view.
I got business here, but not with you.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
I'm just trying not to backseat too much.
I know. And I'm just trying to remember how to put my gun away.
Okay, you can't talk to Harkin. Okay, that means you've already done this. That means we have to leave
The
here.
back rooms are private, reserved
If you
for
want to put your
Fistinus
gun away,
friends.
press H.
Alright.
I think that is also how you draw your gun.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
Oh, yeah, it went away. Yeah, guys, I'm not
Sorry,
good with. You're fine.
I forgot that you were on keyboard right now.
Yeah, I'm not good with keyboard games. You're fine, Winters. I mean, I'm just shocked that a lot of people did the dolls. Like, I know like people would have downloaded the game, but I didn't know people would do the dolls.
People care about you and want you to get the monies.
I know.
Okay, what were we supposed to do after we leave Gora's den?
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want
Do I
many
have
good
to
supplies,
Google for
yes?
my favorite game? Oh man.
To be
me see what you
fair,
have.
since the last time we
Oh, you
played
will
to
be pleased,
now,
I
a lot
think.
has
Very
happened.
good things I have. You will see.
I mean, you can always just go back to the vault and watch like the last 5 minutes. Because I do have it on my vault channel.
Is that really? You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
I think we're trying to find Garrus right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you. And
I
you
think
are?
that's what we're doing.
My name is
at this
Conrad.
point.
Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100
do me a
Geth
favor.
on Eden Prime.
One moment.
They say a lot of things. I was too busy killing them to
Once you
count.
finish this dialogue,
Hey,
just let me
I
know.
know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
I'm gonna pull up stream real quick on my computer.
Here you go.
So I can see in real time
Mhm.
better.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
I put it off right now. What you wanted me to
Alright.
do?
Pause the game.
Mm-hmm.
Go into journal. Click on mission.
Wes.
Citadel Rex, Citadel Garrus. Those are your two quests.
Mhm.
Follow both of those.
Mm-hmm.
So click on the plus inside of the journal,
Okay.
and it'll show you deeper instructions on what to do next.
Speak to Wes.
Rex,
what's
the Broken Bounty Hunter,
the
is being questioned at CSEC Academy. You can meet him there. So you have to go to CSEC right now.
Mm-hmm. When I have months, I have a new tip for the. Yeah, hell yeah.
Now click on the Garrus one. Sorry.
Dr. Melatolson.
So who do you want to recruit first, Garrus or Rex?
Darius.
Okay. So open your map, which is M. Take the alleyway
Mm-hmm.
all the way over, just because it's the fastest route, and get to the medical clinic.
Oh.
Actually, your easier route from where you're at probably isn't the alleyway. It's
I
just to
don't think
keep
you bought
going
this.
straight and
I don't
around.
sell this model.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Yeah.
Really, that's
Now, if you just go straight that way all the way to the end,
Just can't
you'll
tell one's
you'll
already
reach the
put
medical
on.
clinic.
This was the place.
Sorry, I'm trying to give you directions.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Shepard?
This map is
Excuse me, Commander
confusing.
Shepard.
I can
I'm
say
Emily
that for a
Wong.
fact.
I'm an
Ooh,
investigative
reporter.
journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
Do you want to help a reporter report
Yeah.
on corruption?
Yeah. My brain is doing burr.
My brain's going burr too, trust me. My brain's
How do you
real
know that
burr
my
right now.
investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
You gotta have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. According to your file, you survived back on Akuz when everyone else in your squad got killed. If anyone can find the worst elements of the Citadel and live to tell about it, it's you.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
And that is a side quest.
Hmm.
Good job not going down the stairs. I often go down those stairs at this part in the game and get lost.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Garrus, my birdie boy. I'd
Over there.
suck his bird cock. Damn it. That got clipped. No. Honey, you're using a shotgun at range.
I know. I was distracted.
You were distracted by clipping that.
No, I was distracted by getting my sunflowers.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There's sunflowers.
Perimeter secured.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
No problem.
Glad I could help.
Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
The Quarian? I wonder
What
who
Quarian?
the Quarian is.
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who
I'm
did
so
it.
fucking excited.
I could tell she
so
was
fucking
scared,
excited.
probably on the run. She asked me
I
about
know
the
exactly
Shadow
who the
Broker.
Quarian is.
She
I'm
wanted
so
to
fucking
trade
excited.
information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She
Sorry,
said
everyone,
it
I'm
had
trying to
something
suit
to
up
do
my
with
setup.
the
It
Geth.
sucks.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore
dare.
this.
How dare. No, you're good, honey. You're fine.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
Everybody
This is
will
your show,
understand.
Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
And if they don't, I'll talk to them. I just want to talk to them.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
You bet your taste.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
My
Yes, we heard about
son!
The Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he
So
was at the
Lavender
CSEC
likes
Academy.
the Krogans.
What's he doing there?
My baby boy!
Fist accused him of making
She
threats.
likes our giant bat
We brought
toads.
Rex in
Yes.
for a little talk. If
But
you
I love
hurry,
the-
you
I
can
love
catch
the
him at
walruses
academy before he
more.
leaves.
Move out.
The Krogan are based off of both bats and toads, basically.
Hmm. Meh.
Can't decide.
Mm-mm.
Well, remember that Ashley is racist.
I forgot about that.
And decide whether or not you want her on your team.
I'm not
I
that
knew
alive.
that would sway your opinion.
I forgot about that.
She says, I can't tell the animals from the aliens.
See, tell me.
You want to know where to go from there?
Yes.
Down that staircase that you walked past before.
Alright.
Don't kid yourself. It's even bigger than it looks.
What?
Right there.
What was that voice line?
You heard some side dialogue?
I heard, don't worry, it's better than what you think or whatever. And I'm like, huh?
I think they were talking about the Destiny Ascension, which is a very, very massive starship.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
So the loading screens, so the elevators are loading zones, right? In the original, it actually took that long for the game to load. So they added those little dialogue things, so you had something to listen to while the game loaded. But now they allow you to skip it because you no longer need that much time for the game to load. So once the game is loaded, they let you skip it. Do you want a hint?
I want to look around first.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I found him. Hello, my son.
There you go.
Hello, my baby boy.
That's why I was more
Witnesses
than okay with
saw
letting
you
look
making
around,
threats
'cause
in
if you looked
Fist's
around,
bar.
you find him. I was
Stay
just
away
gonna
from
say
him.
look around.
I don't
more.
take orders from him.
This is your only warning, Rex.
That's all I was gonna
You
say.
should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You
Do you
want
want a
me
hint?
to arrest
Yes,
you?
look around
I
more.
want you to try.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my son.
Go on. Get out of here.
You know Rex is hundreds
Do I
of years
know you,
old, right?
human?
And?
He's a grandpa.
And? He's still my baby boy.
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Shepard. Commander Shepard. I've heard a lot about
Hello,
you.
Atlas.
We're
Thank you
both
for the
warriors,
Prime
Shepard.
sub. I really do appreciate it.
Out of respect, I'll give you
Hi,
fair
Atlas. I
warning.
think that's Atlas.
Yeah,
I'm going
Atlas.
to kill Fist.
Hi,
Fist
Atlas.
knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
Welcome aboard.
Glad to have you on the team, Rex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
Now I have one request. Take Rex with you.
I already planned to.
Okay.
So then I'll be back later. Yeah, I'll probably
Yes,
be
please
late.
drive safely.
Yes, be safe. I'll probably be streaming for a little bit. I won't be playing Mass Effect for that long, like 8 hours or so. But you can always test what you missed on the VOD later.
Now, if you go back up that elevator, you can get to the Normandy, but you don't need to get to the Normandy yet.
Mm-mm. Time to wander. I want to wander.
But you do know what you're supposed to do, right?
Don't find Fist.
You know where he's at? It's said in the thing. You have to go back to Cora's den.
Okay. But yeah, I just want to.
You can wander all you want. I was just making sure you knew what we're supposed to do. I'm not backseating. I'm just helping.
Yeah. See, this is why also here because I get very lost.
Looking you up.
Yeah, I'm making sure you weren't lost. That's all.
But also to explain stuff if I get confused.
Commander Shepard, here with the
Yeah,
Alliance
I'm here to help.
military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
No, I just
I
want
think
to
I'll
talk
be
to you.
going.
Sure thing, Commander. You have a good day now.
I'm surprised that you're willing to kill your own, Rex. Aren't the Krogan just a few generations away from extinction?
You don't get it. For all your talk of honor and pride, the Turians never had to test their principles in a real struggle. Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
My baby boy! My son! You need therapy!
Damn right he does. Holy
They all-
shit.
They all do!
The whole Krogan race needs therapy.
They all do.
They all do. All the Krogan do. Good lord, do the Krogan need therapy. Ad starts in 50 seconds. We're sorry,
Yeah.
chat.
Mm-hmm. Pretty. Oh, that. Mm-mm. Too high up.
You don't like the heights?
If I can see, if I can't see the bottom.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Hey!
We found some Volus.
Hey! Hello, Die!
The best part is, if they actually heard someone talking to them like that, they would get so fucking offended. The Volus would just be so offended on principle. Holy shit. They would have a full-on crash out.
That's okay. They're like chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas with guns, maybe.
Yes. There, Oh, okay. I like the sound what happens when you open the door.
She likes the door opening sounds.
Yes. Yes, sir. I know I'm weird. I like weird
Honey?
sounds. Yeah?
Do me a favor. Pull out your gun.
Oh, I can't save.
Shut down.
Fist
Yeah, you're
knows we're
about to enter
coming.
combat, so pull out
Okay.
your gun.
Now it gets fun.
I'm
on it.
Oh, you're up there.
Heads up, you got a Krogan in there.
Not anymore. Come on. Why you hide? Why you hide, sitting?
How did you actually kill that Krogan like that?
Mm.
Did one of your teammates snipe him before he could regen?
Mm.
I'm actually kind of impressed. Because they're supposed to get back up after that once.
How do you pick up stuff then?
That's not something you can pick
Oh.
up. That's just an explosive that you can shoot and make blow up.
Oh, I thought it was highlighted, like you can pick it up.
Nah, it's highlighted because it's targetable. You can't really pick stuff up in this game like that.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway. It would have been quicker to just kill them.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
Of course, Rex says it would have been quicker to just kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Rex for you.
Time to die.
Lost shield!
Shepard's been hit! Hold the line!
You got this, honey. I
Wait!
believe in you.
Don't kill me! I surrender!
Clever.
Where's
Avoiding
the
the turrets
Quarian?
altogether and just
She's not
focusing on
here. I
him.
don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait, I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her. The Quarian isn't here, said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired through an agent.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker, ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd
So
set a meeting
everyone
up.
know.
But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Give me the location, now.
Here on the wards, the back
We
alley by
must
the
save
markets.
the Quarian,
She's
Chad.
supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
We must save the Quarian.
What are you doing?
The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
Well done, Rex.
103. 103.
I'm gonna leave that completely up to you.
He
A
deserved
lot
it.
of people died because of him. He had it coming. Now let's move. We have to save that Quarian.
You have 4 minutes to get to the Quarian.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Take cover!
Oh, come on, Dame.
Shield's down.
Bye-bye. Wes, where are you? Come on.
He'll teleport to you. Just go.
Okay.
Perimeter secured.
You will have to help me with this.
You can sprint by holding space.
Oh,
Or shift, one of the two.
it's Sif. Where do I go?
Up the staircase. Up the staircase.
I am.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was behind. Sorry. To me, you were still looking around in circles.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
Sorry, honey.
Mm-hmm. You're fine.
Take him out.
Whack their peepees.
Shield's disabled.
So here, fucking up your shields.
Bring it on.
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
You actually got to keep her before the cutscene.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are
Callie,
you?
my beloved.
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
We could take her to the human embassy. Your ambassador will want to see this anyway.
Yo, real shit. I'm not into pegging, but for Tally, maybe.
Wow. Wow.
You're not making my life easy.
I see how it is.
Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Lavender says that because I told her no.
Yeah. She can help us.
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone, we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
Why did you clip that?
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful technology, or even knowledge that will make life easier on the flotilla. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our
already
limited resources.
24/7 when me and you are hanging out.
True.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious.
I thought you were going to.
I tracked a
go
patrol of
back
Geth
to it.
to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
And
I
then
thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense
Solo. In the Discord.
No, don't tell Solar.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My
Why
people
not?
created the Geth. If you're
'Cause
quick,
Solar's gonna
careful,
take it as
and lucky,
evidence and try
small
saying that
caches
I
of
do
data
want
can
to be
sometimes be
pegged.
saved. Most of the core was
Yeah.
wiped clean, but I
just
salvaged
how
something from its
Solar
audio
is.
banks.
Eden Prime was a major
Watch
victory.
Solar be just watching
Beacon
this,
has
and
brought
then
us
she
one
just
step
pops in
closer
and
to
says
finding
yes.
the conduit.
I can see that.
That's
It
Saren's
does
voice.
not show the
This proves he was
that
involved
she
in
is
the attack.
looking.
Yeah, it doesn't show.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to
checked that
finding
as
the
well.
conduit.
You panicked.
Any idea what that
Didn't you?
means?
I
conduit must
realized,
have
oh,
something to
shit,
do
she
with the
might
beacon.
be here, and I immediately checked.
Maybe it's some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
Wait, there's more. Saren
Solar
wasn't
is my
working
wonderful
alone.
Mod. She is amazing.
Eden
dead
Prime
being.
was a major victory.
Yeah.
Beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the
A bit of a
conduit.
troll, but so am I. I can't.
And
judge
one
for that.
step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
Are they some kind of new alien species?
According to the memory core, the Reapers were
Oh,
a
shit, I forgot to turn my
hyper-advanced
coffee
machine
pot off.
race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction,
Burn
and
out
then
the
they
human
vanished.
element. Shit.
At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life, and they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The captain's right.
you.
We need to present this to
Hello,
the
you
Council
too.
right away.
What about her? The Quarian.
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the council. Take a few minutes to collect
Ellie,
yourself,
my
then meet us in the
beloved.
tower.
So much empty space. 1,000 of my people could live here and hardly even see each other.
Huh. I get the feeling they're not used to seeing Krogan walking around up here.
Table line save.
Hello, Link.
Hello, Lean. Well, I can't heal.
In here. We both went to say something.
Mhm. Let me sell out some beans before I forget.
Hey now. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. There's no need for that.
You can't stop me.
Damn. I can't time you out in your own chat. You're lucky. So lucky.
I want to do a side quest since we did a bunch of main story quests.
You can head back to the Asari consort.
I have to remember where she is.
Let me know if you want me to help you with that.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
There's
Commander
a side
Shepard,
quest for you.
my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
I'm happy to
It's
help.
no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
There's no reason for your wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral, and the respect she deserves.
So for that quest, you just go up the other staircase on the opposite side of the room.
This time?
Yes, look at the throne.
No.
Gotta go back into the room.
Oh.
Sorry, honey. I'm on a slight delay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, look at the throne.
There's nothing on it. There's no reason
There's
to look
stuff
at
on
it.
it.
No.
There's plenty of reasons to look at it.
No. Him? Oh
no,
no.
It's in the next room.
Okay.
Don't get yourself glitched now.
This
You're
place
gonna
seems
want to talk to the
strange.
clerk,
Where's there more
Busker.
humans around?
Mm-hmm. I want to listen to everyone first.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Masana Dantius.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Early in the game.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Investigate.
How long do you think this research is going to take?
You see,
This is a long-term study.
This is a
I wouldn't
moral
expect the
one.
bodies to be released
Yeah.
for a year or longer.
I still say... That's
Do you think she should save more lives, or do you think her body should be returned?
You gotta have a lot of bodies. Can't
Which
you
do
release
you think
one?
is more important?
Very few
Saving more
bodies have this
lives,
new type of
or
weapon
the
damage,
death
and
rights
very
of a
few are in
of a
good enough
grieving
condition to
spouse?
study.
Grieving spouse,
Beyond
but I
that,
still want to
Commander,
know more.
we need as many
Look like
bodies as we can to
contests.
get a reasonable sample size.
Absolutely. I just love this side
When will this
quest
research result
'cause
in
it
actual new
shows the brutal
technology?
realities
If we're
of the
lucky,
Mass Effect
we'll actually
universe.
realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
Is releasing one is which one is that? Release the body, or this isn't right?
This isn't right. They're both the same thing, but I'm releasing the body as the renegade choice,
Mhm.
while this isn't right as the Paragon choice.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body
Can't
is
do
wrong.
the renegade choice. 'Cause
Commander,
you don't have a high enough
you of all
intimidate skill.
people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All
Sorry,
right,
I'm trying to
Commander.
mute before I
You
start
will.
coughing.
It was
You're
hard
fine.
enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
I just always believe, no matter if the body can hold like resource, it should be go back to the loved ones.
Respectable.
I did that one. Okay.
It's what I choose to. I stuttered hard there. Holy shit.
Hmm.
I hate my stutter so much.
It's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable until you're trying to be professional at a job interview
Yeah.
and can't say one word.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Oh yeah, level up.
Level up.
So what I plan to do is every time I play this game is to do at least one story and then one side quest. If I do more than one, I still want to do at least one side quest if possible, every time.
That's fair. Well, you've technically already done that, but you got 6 minutes left. So why not do some exploring? Get familiar with the map.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Mass Effect universe. Do you want a hint with the Charm and Intimidate system?
Mm-hmm.
You want a hint?
Yes, please.
Only perk into one of the two. Charm for Paragon, Intimidate for Renegade. Don't perk into them both. You don't get enough skill points in the game to get those and everything else you'll need.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to invest in only one and not the other.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you think I should go into? Like right now, out of the talents I have available.
If it was me, I would invest half of it into Warp and half into Adept. But with you, you don't use the abilities too much.
Mm-mm.
So Warp wouldn't be a good idea for you. Maybe invest in pistols and try using pistols more often.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would put 2 into Adept and 2 into another.
Mm-hmm.
Because putting points into Adept gives you all-around perks to your abilities and stuff. But I will say that I think you need to use your abilities more often.
Mm-hmm. I kind of see, since I only play this like every other week, and then once the next month starts, I play a different game. It does kind of hard to remember different souls.
Yes, I completely understand that. With how long you have between sessions, it would get difficult to remember everything. But for now, I can say that I think holding control pauses the game and pulls up the ability screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a way that you can change weapons.
Now for for your team, do you have to remind them to warp or use cell powers, or do they all?
Yes and no. It depends on what settings you have.
Okay, I think I had it to set to make them use it automatically.
I think you did too.
And then I'm gonna put more in this, and then.
Unlocked fitness. Never mind. Just the sigh. Oh, that's right. Lavender has a Ko-Fi.
Sis.
I forgot about that. I have that link bookmarked.
What?
I forgot I had it bookmarked. I bookmarked it from when I ordered my my overlays from you.
Mm-hmm. Support little lady. No.
Support the little lady. Yes, yes.
Alright.
Welcome back, Atlas.
Let me save. Will I head over there? Because I still just want to do like since I might take my break and then play a little bit more, I still want to do a little bit more of like side quests, so just so I can get SP and learn more about the game that way. But I will look around as I'm heading over there. Water. I want to
I'm
swim
just
in
happy
that.
that you're playing this.
I want to swim in that water.
So, fun fact about that water. You want to hear a lore fact about that water? That water is the Citadel's water reserves. That is the drinking water for the Citadel.
Often when it was still the Arcos.
Yeah, ever since Fist.
Those reservoirs hold the drinking water.
It seems like all the best lounges are being replaced by places like Cora's Den.
The Embassy Lounge isn't bad, but they don't have any decent entertainment.
It's run by bureaucrats. They probably spend months just voting on what kind of entertainment to get.
You're probably right.
I could use a snack.
I love the
Think
amount
there's any
of
fish out in
random
that lake?
side dialogue in this game.
Tranquil, calm.
Notice how Rex just said, "Is there any fish in that lake?" Remember that.
They built a lake on a space station.
Remember that.
I can't
That comes
even
up in later
imagine the
games.
resources needed to maintain it.
Honey, you're talking to someone who doesn't have a good memory.
Well, it becomes a side quest in a future game about fish in the lakes.
Septimus has sent word. Apparently, he sought the consort's forgiveness.
I see even...
That's right.
An hour here is better than a year on leave.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
That dress is very pretty. Like the back of it is very pretty. But I'll be so.
The front is you'd probably be too self-conscious for the front of it, though.
The back, maybe not. That's because I do have a swimsuit that kind of goes like to the middle of my back.
All right, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fuck this blue woman?
No.
Okay. Then I will not tell you how to do that.
Sub, I really do appreciate it. And hello, Seal, how are you? Wait, I mean,
Seal.
I have to spin the wheel. I mean.
No, that doesn't make sense. That sounds painful. I'm not making that joke. No, I'm not making the joke. It sounds painful.
Yes, I do have to spin the wheel. God damn it.
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
But welcome in, travel. I am Lavender Fluff, your resident or local, whatever, 18 plus adult streamer. I stream a variety of games, a lot of story games, some Minecraft, some Toasty games. I'm just a variety streamer, but I tend to play more Toasty games. Can you yes, I recognize your name, but I wasn't quite sure. But welcome in. I have to spin the wheel now. Save me.
Welcome in, traveler.
Yes, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Z or Zekrin. It's nice to meet you.
I can't do that.
I am the Lavender's partner.
Yeah. I don't feel like doing Tom, so I'm gonna respin that one. God damn it. I just took a stress right. I have to respin because I just came back from a walk break. Did me something I can do. No. No. Stop
I'll give
it.
you something you can do.
Not on stream, my love. we can do it when you get here.
Hey, let's go.
What's the tap video? Okay, I can do that after this. But currently we are playing Mass Effect for the very first time for me. My wonderful partner here is basically helping me since I did very lost when I play games like this.
And I'm a Mass Effect nerd.
Yes, so we'll be playing Mass Effect for about 9 more minutes and then we'll be switching off.
I'm a big Mass Effect nerd.
He is.
Tally is best girl.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him.
Glad to help.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
What is it?
What are you offering me?
I offer a gift of words, an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see your skin, tough as the scales on any Turian, unyielding, a wall between you and everyone else, but it protects
Hell
you.
yeah, Warhammer 40k.
That strength is what kept you alive when everyone around you was
No
dying.
lie.
You alone survived. You will continue to survive. This may be
I
who you
feel
are,
called
but it is
out.
not who you will become. It only forms the
I did
basis
not
for your
need
future
this
greatness.
call out, Dame.
Remember these words when doubt descends,
How'd
Commander.
it call you out?
Having sin that is tough, but kind of like you've been through a lot and people didn't see that, and I'm like, I'm out. Because if
So,
people know, people know.
Do not say that's it. Do not say that's it.
Hmm.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do.
Sorry,
Never
yeah,
underestimate the
I
power
also
of
didn't
words.
want you to
And
accidentally
now
click
I
the
must
sex
ask you to
line.
leave. I have done everything I can for you. Remember my words, Commander Shepard. They will give you strength.
Alright, now we're gonna walk around a little bit. Wes, what do you have to say?
Huh. I get the feeling they're not used to seeing Krogan walking around up here.
Probably.
Oh, I think Shaira here sees plenty of Krogan.
My people used to have an embassy here. But after we created
After
the
all,
Geth,
she's the
we were
Citadel's
no
most
longer
premium
welcome.
whore.
I never knew much about like Warhammer until I kind of like recently actually. I don't know much
Same.
about it.
I know more about Helldivers than I do Warhammer, I'm not gonna lie. But I know a little bit about Total
It's a
Warhammer.
pleasure to see you.
Take a seat if you like. It
Little
may be a
bit.
while.
If only I could afford to come more often.
Hello again. The consort is very pleased with
I own
everything
2
that you have
Total
done for
Warhammer
her.
games, but
I think I'm
I
done
don't
here.
think I've ever
Of
actually
course.
played them.
Come back anytime.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah! See, I find it fascinating people like to paint the like figurines. I'm just like, ooh, shiny. But then that also, but that also just because I like to paint as well. Hell, if I could, I would do painting on the stream. Like watercolor painting, because that's what I like to do.
That would be pretty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. There are many points of interest here, including the Citadel embassies and CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
The power of toffee.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avena.
That's
Please
fair.
enjoy your visit to
I'm
the
I'm not
Citadel.
confident in what I do on stream, but I'm doing it anyways.
And I just do this for a living because fully
I don't
disabled.
want to play Outlast today.
You got this, my love. You don't have to play it for very long, but I know you. If you keep holding it off, it would just make it harder to play.
true, but I don't want to be screaming in your ear while you're streaming.
It's fine. Plus, I'm literally going to be only streaming until like 12ish today. I'm not going to do a long stream.
I'd be ruining the quality of your stream.
It's fine, my love. I want you here. Alright, Sat. We won't have enough time to do another quest. But I will let you pick either we do a side quest or a story quest, or at least we'll head to one. And we'll do it next time.
I shall allow chat to decide.
Oh, well, let's make a poll, like a 1 minute poll. Sorry? Okay. Never mind. So let's head over
to the Citadel Tower, back to meet with the council. This time with new evidence.
Sorry, I had to clearing up notifications.
Oh shit.
I
think M's server got a bot raid.
I think it was just one person.
It looks like it, yeah.
It was posting. That's why I said it was clearing notifications.
I'm just gonna right click and say mark as red on the whole server.
How do I go up?
Well, you go in the elevator.
I'm dumb.
At the tower.
At the tower? Okay. What's the tower? I have one brain cell and it isn't the smallest.
Alright. Do me a favor and open up your map.
Oh, I'm heading to it. The Citadel Tower?
Yes, that's where you need to go. You need to go to that point right there.
I always say this when people want to stream but they're nervous about it. Have a friend who who also streams. Make them have basically make them kind of tell you to reset while they're streaming if you're in the VC or not.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Because that will help you get confident with reading stat while you're also doing something, while it be playing a game or just, vibing. Yes, Wes?
I was never a fan of this statue. The Krogan monument just seems more impressive to me.
The Protheans obviously understood the aesthetic
Also,
value
just
of the
to
mass
let you know,
relays.
you have passed
Something
the Citadel
Quarians
Tower.
have learned to appreciate
Oh, I
during our
did? Okay.
wanderings.
But yeah, I honestly think people who want to stream but they're afraid to or even nervous to, have your streamer friend or someone that you know who just does like content in any way give you
Saren
tips.
would already be in custody if you'd gone straight to the council with your information.
That will help a lot.
With no credentials, the council would laugh me out of the chambers. That is, if Saren hadn't killed me by then.
Excuse me.
Alright, and we are going to pause right here.
Steel refuses to reach out. That's
Oh, we
true.
know. We know.
We know.
Everyone knows.